that you're okay stepping up on. Bicep, tricep weight dumbbell, and then a surface that you want to lower down onto and rise up off of. Okay, so let's get warmed up. Bring your fingers together. You're going to interlace them, okay? And then just start doing figure eights with the wrists. Think of that you're twisting your forearms around each other. So you're trying to twist your forearms around each other, and that'll basically get your wrists and your hands circling, yeah? And then other direction. Oh no, I got a forearm leader here. I only kind of want to go the one direction. Okay, you're gonna let that go. Just flicking water off the fingertips. All the directions. Okay, you're gonna let that go. Bring your hands to the back of your head, and you're gonna find the occipital ridge. I call it the beak at the back of the head. So find where that point is for you, and just kind of palpate it with a couple of fingers so you get a sense of it. Okay, then you're gonna use that beak at the back of the head, and from it, I want you to use it to give yourself the sense of being as tall as possible. So moving from that beak at the back of the head to become as tall as possible, broad shoulders. Good, okay, and then slouch. Okay, this time stand up and be as tall as possible by using your shoulders. Feel how that's very different. Okay, slouch. This time again, get as tall as possible. You can bring a finger to the beak of the back of the head, but use the beak of the back of the head to get as what your idea of ideal posture is. Okay. Can you feel the difference between when you use your shoulders and when you use that prominence? So during the day, if you feel like you're kind of slouched and you don't want to be that way, don't use your shoulders to sit tall. Use that beak of the back of the head to find that different posture. And we're going to use that during our class today. If we ever want to think of having a long spine, we're going to do that through the beak of the back of the head. Okay, so our exercises are seated bicep curl. The reason it's going to be seated is because we want to put our elbow on the inside of our thigh, just behind our knee. Then our other hand can go wherever it needs to go to support us. Okay, so a bicep curl where we've got the upper arm, elbow inside the thigh, just behind the knee, and then we just lift the weight up, lower it down, lift the weight up. I only need you to go to 90 and then bring it up. I only need you to go to 90 and then bring it up. Okay?
Sorry, I'm just making sure that my phone doesn't die during this.
Oh, yeah.
I had to find it.
So just check and make sure you've got that kind of setup that works for you. Yeah, just to parallel with the forearm with the floor and then up to your shoulder. Great. Okay. The tricep press that we're going to utilize is the arm's going to reach up. You're going to bring the other arm onto that end of the elbow. Okay. And then again, we just need to lower down to parallel with the floor with the forearm and then throw the weight. Throw the weight throw the weight. And kind of play with where you aim the head of the weight, because some of us, it's not going to be straightforward. It's going to work better if that head of the weight is angled out slightly. So go where it works for your elbow. On my one side, the upper arm is slightly more in front of my face than the other side. Also okay. So don't feel like you have to like force this arm like back here and the elbow has to point directly at the ceiling and now you're good to go. Your sides are going to be slightly different. But your elbow will be much happier if you honor where the humerus bone goes and not try to make them identical. Okay? So we got our biceps, our triceps. Then we're going to do a rise and back down, basically a squat. But what I want us to think of is the very bottom of our shins. Okay? So the very bottom of our shins, you're going to take that very bottom of the shins and twist it in, and that'll just help kind of unbuckle the system. As you twist it in, imagine that your greater trochanter, the weight of it, is 10 feet behind you. And just go with it. Okay, then to get out of the chair, what I want you to think is you're taking this end of the thigh, okay, and you're going to yaw it inwards towards the midline. You could also have a sense of twisting the bottom of the shin out. It'll make it very easy to fold up and down and then to rise. On the rise, just before the knees go to straight, that's when you'll work the beak of the back of the head to get as tall as you can. Okay, so we're not squeezing the glutes or trying to lock the knees out. It's like when the knees are just about done moving, go to the beak of the back of the head to get you tall. And that'll start to eliminate some of that hyperextending out of the knee because we're trying to get tall by doing that. Make sense? So this should feel really as effortless as possible. So if you're comfortable on that surface, there might be a lower surface in your room that again work those mechanisms. So again, I'm going to twist the bottom of those shins in, lower myself down, and to get up off that, again, I'm going to rise. It's a lateral pitch of these, but first I have to push through the feet just to before the pelvis wants to rise. Then the thighs can take over, beak of the back of the head. And if you take a step with the feet, that's fine. Okay, so you can be higher or lower. You decide where you want to be, but we're not pushing into the ground to stand up. Make sense? Okay, then the last one we're going to do is onto a surface, okay? And again, making this as easy as possible. So what you'll do facing that surface is we're going to let ourselves squat. So twist the bottom of the shins in, so we fold up a little bit. From here, I'm going to take a step, and then my next step is this thigh. Imagine it either goes right around like that, inward or outward. You'll do it once, and either your brain will be like, oh yeah, that worked, or no, go the other way. And so you're going to listen to your brain regardless of what you want to top down it as. But it's that action of this thigh, and then you'll do the same on the other thigh that gets you up on here. There is no pushing. I want you to work the leg in the air. So Ankles twist in, fold up a little. You're going to take one tiny step, work the thigh, work the thigh. So you might go one step there and then your next step up onto the top one. Yeah. And then you come back off. Pardon? Get a little squatted first, and then you do a step and then a step. But it's working that thigh in the air. Yeah, and it's just making it as easy as possible to get up on there. And one thigh might like going this way, but the other thigh might like going the other way because none of us have our pelvises straight. So there'll be this kind of action. Okay, and then
like it goes too quickly that I'm scared I'm gonna go
right over. Yeah. So again, we can slow it down. The thigh rotation, your leg that you're standing on, weight is 10 feet behind you. So yes, we're focusing on the leg in the air, but we can also focus on that stance leg, right? So I've got my squat. This leg, I'm going to stay weight 10 feet behind me, weight 10 feet behind me. And that kind of, it slows you down, but also kind of smooths it out. Yeah, did that work? Think of the stance leg, your weight is 10 feet behind you.
I didn't feel like I was propelling forward that time.
Yeah, limbs are still moving quickly, but it feels more like secure.
Yeah.
And that's how I want us to work going upstairs. Okay, or out on your walk or run. That's how you're gonna, those are the actions that we're gonna work now between now and next class. Yeah, just see how easy that is. But again, backpacking, going hiking, when you climb uphill, that's what you want to use.
Got it.
Okay, so we've got our bicep curl, our tricep press, our fold down, rise up, and then our work the thigh, work the weight back. Okay, if you don't have something to step up on, the way that you could work with this is that you're going to get down into a squat, weight is 10 feet behind you, and then you're going to use the thigh to do that low squat. And it won't feel like a quad burn if you work weight back, thigh cycle, weight back, thigh cycle. Okay? All right, let's start with let's start with this guy. Then we'll do bicep, tricep. Then we'll finish with the lower and rise.
Okay.
Then yeah, I think that'll work good. Okay. Of up and onto the boxes, working the thigh spin and the weight back on the greater trochanter, the stance leg. Here we go. "20 seconds. Remember, hold the weight back on that stance leg. That'll control that thigh rotation. If it feels like it's kind of bucking you. Okay, biceps. Last set. Switch sides. Also an option, if the torso only goes so far forward, you can get up on a block. That'll pitch the thigh higher up for that bicep curl. If it's, your limb length is that your humeruses are shorter, your spine is longer.
Yeah, because the first time I did the bicep curls, I noticed my foot was on tippy toes.
Toes, yeah. So you just
I've adjusted since then, but yeah, that's good to know.
yeah, you can just build it up with a block. Okay, triceps. I tell you, this shoulder mobility and strength, I need it curling my hair.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, it's like a workout.
The first time I did it, I was like, all thumbs.
Yeah, totally.
A wand definitely helps. Okay, switch sides. But it's still, it's like, because you got to do the reverse on this side is on this side.
Yeah.
The first time I did it, I didn't, and then my hair looked quite funny.
I should send you my silk sleeping curls.
Oh, no, I've got some.
Oh, you do?
And I use them, but they make it too curly in certain spots.
Yeah.
So, okay. And not curly enough in some other spots. Okay.
Yeah.
Last set of rise and lowers. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. And if you want to control the lower, imagine your shins moving out 2 feet in front of you as you twist the ankles in. The ankle into that shin in. Which doesn't have the foot change position at all, right? Beak of the back of the head for the final length. Beak of the back of the head. And we're done. Good job.
Because I had to work right at 9:30.
Okay, so if you have a couple of blocks, which I think you did, yeah. So you're gonna take those blocks and hands are at the end of them, blocks up at your chest, okay? The blocks can do this a little bit, there's no problem, okay? But we're gonna keep them together. One elbow is gonna go, one elbow, upper arm is gonna go high, one's gonna go low, bring it behind your head, back in front. Think of it as think of it as one brick pours its weight into the other and then the other way. So rather than trying to push them hard into one another, think of pouring the weight of one block into the other block and then change direction. Let the collarbones move, let the shoulder blades move. Picture the forearms, the upper arm bone there, spiraling, pitching, yawing, rolling. Okay, let that go. And then just some circles towards you and some circles away from you. It's like never thought yoga blocks weighed anything until you do this. It's like, okay. We're gonna set those down, okay? With your step or box, you're gonna bring the ball of one foot onto it, okay? And then take your butt cheek back towards that heel without folding at the hip. So we're not here, we're gonna stay here, butt cheek presses back, and you should get a sense of some length in that quad. That same hand, press, heel the hand to the ceiling, fingers out to the side. And then you're going to think of taking that thumb back towards the heel. Beak of the back of the head, back towards the heel. And then come on, back up. That should have got you thigh, quad a little bit on that side, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to bring that foot down, bring the other one up. Could be also the top of your foot. I went kind of ball of my foot on there, but some of us that's going to feel more secure. Some of us this is going to feel more secure. So whichever it is for you, keep the knee dropped down. Don't flex the hip. Take the butt back towards that heel. Same side, press the heel of the hand up, fingers out to the side. You're going to try to bring the thumb towards the back heel, the beak of the back of the head towards that back heel. And then bring yourself back up. Okay, you're going to use that bench and place your shin on it. You'll see my foot is off of it. So just shin is on it. Other foot, knee and thigh are pointing in that direction. You're just going to twist up the bottom of that ankle, fold up that leg. You'll roll on the shin, get some length through that inner thigh on the other side. Okay. And then we're going to kick that same shin that was on the box, bring the heel up onto the box. Fingernails sweep back, they're towards the floor. Okay, then they're going to sweep forward towards the toes, up towards the ceiling, sweep forward, sweep forward, sweep forward. Do some with your heel on the box and some with your whole foot. You can. Good. Let that go. Shake it out. Coming onto that other side. Shin on the box. Shin and knee, toes pointed the other side of the room. And just twist up, twist in the bottom of that shin. That'll fold us up. One more. Okay. Then that heel or forefoot comes onto the box. Fingernails reach back. Sweep the fingernails forward. Do about 3 with either the heel or the ball of the foot. And then do 3 with the other placement of that foot on the box. Good. Nice breath up. Wrap those arms around. Give yourself a pat on the back. Great job. Have a super rest of your day.